This episode of After Dark is brought to you by Keeps. I'll tell you more about that later. Right now, let's get on with the show. Hi, I'm Dr. Drew, and this is Dr. Drew After Dark. Please be advised that Dr. Drew After Dark may contain sexually oriented content and be unsuitable for young children. Hey, everybody, welcome to Dr. After Dark. Remember, merch. You can get the merchandise at merchmethod.com/Tom Segura for all the T-shirts. You know what I'm talking about. And also support this show. We appreciate it very, very much, and we appreciate your support. We are going to mix it up today, do some calls, some emails, some voice messages, and some Josh Potter. Welcome to the show.
Hey, how are you? Thanks for having me. Thanks for the claps.
Yeah. How you surviving the quarantine?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm surviving and I'm here.
Yeah.
Getting to do this has helped me survive.
Yeah, I was saying when I walked in here, it's like this is a little temple. I feel a certain sense of calm just by coming in here.
Yeah, it's nice to have for sure, because I mean, without it, I don't know what would happen to me. I mean, not doing stand-up has affected me in a way that's way more severe than I would have ever. Well, I don't know. I think I would have expected this, but I never would have thought that it would have been this type of circumstance that stopped me from doing stand-up.
Well, let's go back to the stopping stand-up itself. Forget the circumstance, the circumstance is its own pain in the ass that has enough stress associated with it. But losing the things that you did to feel good and to create an identity about yourself, that's the way I feel. I feel like maybe that's why I like walking in here. This is a piece that I've got that remains.
Right. It's my self-worth. I mean, it was what all of my self-worth was wrapped up into. So without it, it feels like a death in the family or like a relationship I've lost or something. Like, I just can't get out of it.
How old were you when you found comedy? I forget that part of your story.
I started doing actual stand-up at 22, but I was writing comedy for radio since I was 16. And then, of course, growing up, I did... I consumed it a lot, obviously, but I didn't start professionally doing it until I was 16.
Right. So here we are. So that's who you became was that.
Yeah.
Comedy. Does social media provide any outlet for you?
I found Twitch. I've started up a Twitch channel, which is where you play video games. It's kind of like a podcast where you play video games while you do it. That's been an outlet, but it's not the same thing as getting on stage. Nothing will ever be that.
Yeah.
And just the act of going to do the show and the travel, everything about it. I miss going through security at the airport. I miss everything about it. It's just like eating me alive. And again, I'm thankful I have this, because I know if I didn't have this, it would have been bad.
When do you think you'll get back? Like it's gonna be a year?
I have no answer. I wish I knew the answer, because that would ease my mind a lot if I had a deadline on this.
So a big part of this whole thing, this whole quarantine phenomenon, the coronavirus, however you want to characterize this, is not being able to understand and see the future. Mm-hmm. It makes you feel hopeless and helpless, because you're looking ahead and it's like, I just give me an idea. This is what I kept asking for through the whole thing. Like, I wanted the politicians to go, hey, everybody, quarantine worked. You're doing better. It's looking like we're going to find our way out. Here's a general estimate, May 17th. So you can start to, even if you don't like the dates, you still at least have a future to plan for.
I just need something to know that it's going to come back, because without it, I don't really have meaning, I feel like, or purpose without it. Like, I just don't. I've spent my entire life dedicating it to this, and when it's gone, I always said, like, I'll do it till I die, until it kills me or whatever.
Wow.
And now it's like I'm getting to that point where without it, I go, if I was back in Buffalo right now, I would have lost my radio job and I would have lost my road gigs. So I probably would have done heroin and killed myself. I swear. I'm trying not to be like hyperbolic when I say that, but that's what I would have done if I wasn't for this.
This
YMH, the podcast. I would probably not be doing very well at all. Like, I would probably have done something like that already to this point.
What's it like at home right now?
It's bad. I'm listless. I have no motivation to clean or maintain anything, and it's gotten extraordinarily embarrassingly bad in terms of cleanliness of my apartment and everything.
You didn't have to take any pictures or anything, did you?
I will take pictures. I'm an open book, an open wound mostly. Like, I'm fine with talking about everything about my life. This might be the hardest thing to admit to.
That's shaming you the most.
Yes, that's the embarrassment of what my apartment looks like right now. Is more than anything else I've ever discussed on this podcast or any other,
Well, we have
I'm
an
more
email.
embarrassed about that.
We have an
Yes.
email about this.
I've read this email and I relate very heavily.
Okay. It's a long one. I love the show, blah, blah, blah. I just watched episode 63. You guys talked about messy people. We progressed. We were describing pizza boxes, food wrappers, drink cups. This guy says, I think it's a guy, I've always hated clutter and living in filth, but somehow I managed to let it go. Sometimes it just happens. There are times when I'll be thinking about cleaning my room, my vision goes blurry and I start to feel like I'm going to black out with the idea of cleaning.
Yeah.
The idea of cleaning gives you a sense of what? Dread?
For me, it gives me the sense of like, for what? But also like dread also, yeah.
For what?
Immense
like,
dread.
Who am I cleaning this up for?
Like why? Yeah, like it's just going to get dirty again and then I have to clean it again. Like,
is this just depression? Like the weird kind of perspective
well,
of
it's
depression?
always been there in some capacity. In terms of like when I hit like a depression down spike, these things happen like slowly. But then I come out of it and I fix it. But in this case, it's gone so low for so long that it seems irredeemable.
I think part of the embarrassment, my roommate seeing me come out of my room with 3 to 5 trash bags. That makes me feel disgusting. Is disgust a feeling?
Yeah, I actually do that, by the way, also. I wait till the shield of night when my roommates are asleep, and then I'll take some of my Postmates garbage out.
I've gone as far as reducing my personal possessions down to 1 duffel bag. So my question is, if I'm able to recognize the behavior and what's wrong with it, why can't I bring myself to correct the behavior? What can I or should I do to help? I will say I have also issues with substance abuse, overeating, impulsivity. So hoarding and mess is just one symptom, usually of a larger syndrome, right? Mm-hmm. It can be a personality disorder like schizoaffective, which is sort of also a mood thing. It can be bipolar disorder. It can be depression, right?
Yeah.
It could be substance use, for sure. There's a lot of... See, hoarding does not exist in a vacuum. Psychotic disorders typically hoard. That's all the people you see walking around with the shopping carts filled with stuff. That's psychotic. That is a psychotic disorder. That's not, they just need to have their things with them. No. That's hoarding. And all the stuff you see around the tents and all the, you even hoarding their stool sometimes.
Sure.
Have you gone that far?
No. See,
stool hoarding?
I don't know if it's considered hoarding because, like he said, like my personal belongings can be confined into 2 suitcases essentially. Yeah. I've lived this way for a while, where when I move into an apartment, I go, well, I'm probably going to not be living here very long, and I just live out of the suitcases still. And so I've always lived that way.
What's the longest you've lived in a place where you declared that at the beginning?
3 years.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've lived out of a suitcase for and then I moved here, and now we're approaching the same
3 years.
3 years, but
maybe we could change it at 3 years.
I would like to. Well, my goal this year was with the gigs that I had lined up to move out and have an apartment for myself that I can finally be like, I live in an apartment. This is my home.
Where do you live now?
I live in an apartment I have like a roommate, but
okay.
I just don't like the aspect of having a roommate anymore. You know? And so, but I don't have possessions is what I mean. I'm not hoarding possessions, but I just cannot, like, the dread of cleaning is like he said, when you get like blurry or whatever, when I like go and I notice how far I've let it go, I get like so ashamed of myself that I can't even bring myself to clean it then. Does that make sense?
It makes sense, but we have to go there, of course.
Of course, yeah. No, but how do I get myself to
well, first let's talk about how far you went.
Yeah, it's bad, dude. I mean...
Is it food?
There's no actual food, maybe remnants last for
wrappers,
like a couple... Wrappers. Boxes, pizza boxes, cans, beer cans. Right. My bathroom sink is like just it's a fucking disaster. I mean, look how hairy I am. I shed hair like crazy. That's a tough thing to maintain cleanliness wise. Sure. Regardless, I've got it's like having animals
living with an animal
built up in my like corners of my bathroom, like full on hair, like just it's really bad, dude. I'm so embarrassed talking about this, and I'm not embarrassed talking about anything, dude. And I mean, I'll take pictures and put them on because I'm a content first guy. But
taking it for the team.
Yeah, but it has gotten rough, and
so you have these fur like dust bunnies,
hair
of
bunnies, my own
hair bunnies. Do you own a vacuum cleaner?
I don't actually, but I mean, like I could do. I mean, like you just sweep it up or whatever. I get it. I mean, It's just, I look at it and I just go, good God, you fucking piece of shit. And then I just go hide and I lay down and I just can't
Just
even.
overwhelmed by it.
Yeah, I am. I'm overwhelmed by it. It's a dread and overwhelmed thing. Like I'm crippled by the.
But yet you can come on in here and you're performing at a high level.
Well, yeah. I mean, performing. I could always perform, and that part has always been in me, and that's the thing that like keeps me going or whatever. And
So
that's
as you
what this
walk
Twitch
in,
stuff, by the way.
You
as well.
walk in, and what do you see and what do you feel?
Oh, I'm
You
like.
walk in the bedroom.
I feel so far removed from being an adult or like a functioning human being. Like I'm too, and I don't know how to get out of it. I don't even know what a real existence. I daydream about a clean bedroom where I have like things on the wall and like a dresser and like, you know what I mean? Like I daydream about a simple, like an armoire would be like a dream. So I think about these things, but I can never like pull the trigger. I have one pillow on my bed and everyone makes fun of me and always brings it up. I never just get another pillow. I have the means to get another pillow. Do I do it? No, I don't know why.
I'm more worried about the pillowcase than the pillow.
Well, the pillowcase is a fucking disaster too, Drew. I mean,
of course. And do you consume media about cleaning? Like, what's her name that sparks joy?
Oh, I don't fucking look at that shit. Marie Kondo?
Marie Kondo.
No, I don't even know. She's like, minimize your life. I'm like, if I could do this, lady, I would just do it. Like,
By the way, you pretty much, the problem is you minimize to the point of...
I did. I went too far.
You minimize the point of like, just shy of shitting yourself in bed.
Well, dude,
Or is that happening too?
No. I'm not like a fucking... I use the toilet still. It's not a clean toilet, but I'm using it.
Okay, and there's no remnants of brown anywhere.
No, it's all flushed.
Yellow
and
or
there might be
white.
some remnants in terms of like...
White?
Well, white is like, I don't even give a fuck about white. There's white everywhere. I'm sure, yeah. Fucking white's just in my life. Probably you don't want to bring a black light out here right now, even probably.
No, I think the description is sufficient without the black light.
Yeah, no, I mean that's the other thing. Compulsive masturbation during this is like
Probably good.
up. I know it's
Probably
fine.
good.
Yeah, no, but
Is that making the delay worse?
I haven't tested that, but
Is it delay when you're by yourself?
no.
So that your timing's pretty good. That
Yeah,
way.
in fact, I've been just like blasting like like too many.
Congratulations.
I mean too many.
Congratulations.
It's bad, and it's like again, it happens when I think about the mess.
Right, of course.
You know, because then I'm like, I'm so crippled by it. Then I just need to do something,
Yes.
and so I just jerk off like a fucking animal. I'm an animal.
Ladies, if you're
I'm a fucking animal. Like
he's available.
Yeah, I am, and that's the other thing. It makes me think about like this whole pandemic thing and not having comedy stuff. I put my heart and soul into comedy, and then when I come away with it, I talk to other comics. Like, don't you feel this like longing or this missing part of you or whatever? And they're like, I actually enjoy the time with my wife and all this other shit. I'm like, well, I'm glad you built a life while you were doing comedy too. Like, good for you. I didn't, so now I'm realizing that as I
Okay, so maybe some room for improvement, but that doesn't pull you out of this.
no, not at all.
Yeah,
I
that's
guess,
later.
yeah.
That's later. Could you afford to hire like a little cleaning crew?
Well, I was going to ask you, is there one that would come? It's a shame thing. I want to know is there one where they will come in and just be like, we've seen worse than this, just to make me feel better. Do you know what I mean? Where they're like, this isn't so bad. I just need them to say that to me.
My fear is they might not.
No, they might not.
And
I don't need them to.
that'd be
I don't
bad.
need that to be the truth. I just need them to tell me that.
I'm sure we could find somebody to lie to you. Yes.
That would be wonderful. I actually have been Googling like extreme cleaning, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because it's really not that. I wouldn't consider it extreme.
No,
it is extreme.
Industrial cleaning. Look up.
Yes, exactly.
Cleaning.
Like it's not like a dead body was in there or something.
Right.
So have one of
Not
them
yet.
come and clean it. And they'll be like, "Oh, this is a dream compared to what I'm usually doing."
Right.
So that's what I'm looking for. I guess.
So you could afford that.
I think so. Yeah.
Why don't we do that?
Yeah. Okay, that's a good idea. I can just do that, and then I can just like be rid of it.
You'd be rid of it. And how long would it take to get bad again? Do you think?
It would take months.
Okay. So, and presumably in those intervening months, we'll start to move around in the world again. Maybe other
That's
outlets
hopefully
and
there's
stuff.
I'm on the road again. I'm doing shows. Those things make me.
Well, I don't know about on the road shows yet. I don't know. Well, there's a possibility. Look, let me state it for the record. There's a possibility this thing will die out during the summer.
Right.
Just seasonally, they can go away. Some viruses do. In which case, you could go back out on the road again. I don't know if people would allow.
Well, I've got dates
congregation.
rescheduled: Sacramento, 3rd through 5th, Chicago,
Of what?
November 10th. of this year. I got them
3rd or
rescheduled.
5th
They were
of-
supposed to be this spring of September.
but
Yeah.
of September. So the
Yeah.
question is, when will they let people congregate? That's
Yeah,
the
that's
harder
the thing.
part.
That's what
the
we don't
harder
know.
part.
They could
I think
be
the travel is more likely. The congregation is, I don't know.
People are still flying on planes, right?
They do, but the only essential travel, so to speak. But
Oh,
this
I
for
see.
you is essential because
Yeah, it's a job,
This
yeah.
isn't no, I'm a job. Your fucking life depends upon it. It seems to me.
It really does. I mean, I don't mean, again, to be hyperbolic when I say that, but it really, it does. And I don't know. I mean, it's weird because I talked to other comics about it and no one's really like commiserated with me on it.
If you talk to single comics, I'm betting there are a bunch.
Maybe that's true.
Or people that are committed comics like yourself.
Yeah, I mean, it's really like I miss it so much. It's like makes me really upset when I think about
I'm
it.
sorry about that.
No,
but,
it's
but,
okay.
But it will come back eventually. The question is how much misery you're gonna have to tolerate till it does.
Yeah,
Right. I mean, when we have vaccine, we're good. Then everything's back.
right.
But the question is are comic clubs going to be restored?
And
Same-
honestly, something that could mitigate that even is just a fucking open mic, a bar show. I don't need, it doesn't
That's what
have
I'm
to be
saying.
like 200 people.
Right. That's what I'm saying. There could be things like that.
Yeah.
And if people are properly spaced out and things. But even then, essentially, when you can go see an NBA game is probably when you can go to a big room and see a comedy
Yeah.
show, right? Probably about the same thing.
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, the virus is in charge. We don't get to pick
You're right.
these things. And it's a nasty one. Speaking of nasty, let me do one more quick email.
Okay,
right?
sure.
You ever heard of sounding?
Yes, it's where you put a thing inside of your penis.
Yes, give us a picture.
Metallic,
Show us a sounding.
Is it like a
instrument.
piercing, so to
Nah,
speak?
well, it
because
goes
it's not
with that.
piercing anything, so
These piercing world loves sounding. There is a sounding instrument. Look at all those devices.
they go in your hole. Of
They
your
go
dick.
down your urethra all the way down. Scroll up a little bit. There's a whole bunch of them. It's a whole world of
Is down the urethra the direction? I would think like through the urethra. Wouldn't that be?
yeah, we call that down.
Down?
yeah.
Okay.
Up the urethra, I guess. Forks? Why do they have forks?
Because then you could eat with it. You could use your dick to eat and feed somebody.
But look at all those
That's
sounding
cute.
instruments. Those are you got to hang onto the handle and then drill through the.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
some of these other ones are just for decoration. The fork one is utilitarian. You could use that for like you could feed your dog. You could feed
Look at the
your
one with
wife.
the big bullet heads on the end. So,
Ooh.
to me, this is like the worst idea possible.
Well, yeah. I mean,
I mean, because this is how you get urethral strictures and prostatitis and all kinds of horrible things. But here's somebody who enjoys it. My wife and I have been married 7 years and enjoy active and adventurous sex life. Recently, she tried sounding and had some issues with spotting and painful urination. Shocking.
so she does woman sounding.
Yeah, there's female sounding too.
So what is that? It goes in your
Urethra.
pee hole?
Yeah, just a little easier than it's not it's a
Golly.
deeper. It's a not as deep a penetration before you hit pay dirt in the bladder.
What's a female sounding thing look like? Pull one
They're
of
probably the
those up.
same. Probably the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it would be
They
like
just don't go in
tiny.
as far. The spotting went away after the UTI antibiotics for the most part, and whizzing seems to get better. We just want to know if she's in danger of hurting herself. Yes. Let me just say it. Yes. Oh my God.
Isn't that danger with all this
Yes.
stuff with accessories? When you add accessories to sex, you can have
Yes.
dangers of having an injury with a paddle.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
We just want to know if she's in danger of hurting herself permanently. Thanks for the input. Yes, the thing I worry about most, you could perforate the bladder. You could, again, the urethral strictures are more for the men than the women. You can cause bad urine infections. You could get kidney infections and die. I mean, it just goes on and on. You could start getting vesicourethral ureteral reflux. It's just the problem. You don't understand. Your body is not made of concrete.
so, like a urethra is a tube, right?
It's a
like
little
it's
tube
like your
coming out of your bladder.
esophagus.
And this is much smaller.
Well, yes, of course, but like it's a tube in the sense where it's like it could be pierced inside of it.
It's not like your esophagus because people cannot get this concept. The esophagus is outside your body.
Right.
So
That's what I meant about the
whole
urethra.
brown system from the mouth to the anus is a tube that is connected to the outside world.
Ah,
Bladder and urethra are sterile. They are inside your body. They're part of the whole system, and they
Okay.
connect directly to your kidney, which is inside your body.
right.
There's no connection from the tube that runs through your body to anything, right? It's just a tube. Now, there's a little bit of connection at the pancreas, where
Right.
the pancreatic duct, where some shit comes in. But that's it, and that's a pretty tight. That's a tight knob.
So say you're sounding.
Just say.
Yeah, and you're sticking stuff in your dick. Albert Fish, by the way, noted serial killer, used to stick rose stems in his penis, which is an interesting sort of archaic way to sound.
Interesting that you knew that.
Yeah, I know a lot of stuff. But I'm curious because, like I said, he stuck the rose stem and they have thorns on them. What if he pierced his urethra? Like, what if there was a hole that got poked in it? What would occur then? Then how did
you get you get a tear? You get like a tear, not a hole. And it will either heal, and then when things like that heal, they stricture, they constrict down, so then you can't
piss,
right? And then you can, but it's sort of painful, or it's got a problem with it, or you can't fully evacuate, and so you have to have real sounding done by a doctor where they try to open that back up, and usually you have to do that on a regular basis.
That's why when I was a kid and I got a camera stuck up my penis,
to
like see, because I was peeing crooked. So they were like, maybe there's an obstruction or something, so they stuck a camera in my...
they put the camera... You didn't put a camera.
The doctor did it,
So was it called a cystoscope? It's not a camera, it's a scope.
Yeah, I don't...
The camera's way outside here. It's a cystoscope.
I'll tell you what I know about it is it sucked. Yeah. It was not good. But when I peed, the first time I peed afterwards, it was a knee-buckling, like, fire pee.
Oh, yeah.
Is that because my urethra was constricted?
No, it's because they irritated the hell out of it by putting that thing down. Have you seen Dave yet? That series on...
I have not watched it yet, but Santino's in it, and it's wonderful.
He does a great job in it, by the way.
Okay, cool.
But he has a corkscrew urethra from birth, and he has all kinds of issues.
God, like a pig?
He's got issues. That's sort of one of the leading premise of the show is his penis issues. So
cool, I'll check that out.
Yeah, you might find some relief there. After you clean your room.
Yeah, no, I mean, sure, we have to do that first. I know it's like it's as simple as saying clean your room, but like it really.
Oh, I understand. It's not that simple.
Yeah, I wish I could just do that. I wish I could just be like.
So we've talked about the sink and the mounds of hair and the dirt and the filth and God knows the shit you're spitting out of your mouth and pulling out of your teeth. I mean, what's the shower like?
Drew. It's actually not. It's just imagine a shower that hasn't been cleaned. The one corner is a real mess. I just stay out of it.
Well, see, I'm guessing
everything goes to the corner.
Yeah,
and I think I'm like, well, the rest of this looks pretty good compared to the corner.
Yeah, so I'm guessing that shower's a place you lose a lot of hair.
Yeah, but I for whatever reason, because I don't like the collection of the water. I have just a stand-up shower, and I don't like when the water collects on the bottom.
Yeah, that would be gross.
Yeah, so I'm able to for whatever reason I'm able to like clear the hair away from the drain or like get it out of the drain.
So that you have enough, you're not so depressed that you can't do that.
I can manage to like just like move it or whatever.
I get it.
Just
push it aside with your foot.
Yeah.
But then does it end up in the corner?
Yes.
Okay.
It's bad. And then I ignore it. Plus, you know what else helps a lot? I go like this. I don't see anything.
Oh.
What mess?
Oh,
there's no mess here.
That's interesting.
It really helps.
I understand that. I get it. So that may be why this is happening, so severely.
Yeah.
Because you're letting yourself off the hook.
It's almost like I don't notice sometimes, and then when I do notice, I go, "Oh my God, you fucking asshole! Look at you!" And then I get really
because you're not wearing your glasses that much in the bathroom or at home,
mm-hmm.
and you can just knock that down by 10 or 15%, and it's pretty much all the time then.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what do I do?
We get somebody else in there.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we get an industrial cleaner.
I'm glad you agree with that answer because I mean, like, I thought it was gonna be like, well, you have to bring yourself to do it. And I'm no, thank you.
No.
I mean, God, that's like the best thing I've ever heard.
The what's mulling in my head is whether we have to get your depression treated, but it's so
well, probably we can do that after the pandemic.
But it's so circumstantial.
Yeah.
That we got to get through the circumstance first.
Exactly. So. We'll see how it is. I mean. Because I'll tell you what, Drew, with all those dates on the calendar and everything like that, like March, Josh was really happy. And
no, I know.
Haven't been depressed and I do have depression. Like
no kidding.
But I mean, the light at the end of the tunnel was going really well. So I was not depressed. I was actually doing quite.
No, good, I have the same thing where I have to be engaged doing stuff where I tend to sink.
Yeah.
And I'm like you, and then I sort of found overworking and working the stuff I felt good about when I was like 21. and it just never looked back.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Well, I
so
know
when
you are kind of a workaholic.
Yeah.
And that's like I have always said, like my dream is to be on the road 52 weeks a year. Like
Right.
just fucking grind me into the ground.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
And I hear comics like I'm tired or whatever. This nice rest or whatever. I would have never felt that way. I've been like I want this so bad. Get me the fuck out there.
Right, and that's sort of workaholism at its core, right? And so when you lose those things that are keeping you pushed up,
Yeah.
boom, you fall down.
Yeah, I have no.
So-
I feel listless and rudderless and all that.
Okay, let's talk to Michelle here.
Ooh, we've
Michelle.
got a call.
We have lots of calls. I know
Cool.
I'm not going to get to a lot of them, I'm sure. Michelle, go ahead.
Hi.
Hi there.
I'm a transgender woman. 22. I started hormones 9 months ago, and since then I've noticed that my, I guess, genitalia I experience a lot of pain when it starts to be active.
So like you get aching if you get an erection? Is that what happens?
Yeah.
Aching with
Like
an erection.
not just aching. Like it ranges from like a subtle ache to like agonizing.
Oh.
Mm.
And
Like
it
I have to
is
stop what I'm doing and wait
it's
until
in
it goes down.
and it's in the shaft, it's not in the testes?
No, it's in the shaft. Like
Okay. And have
right
you
at the base, sort of.
and ever had anything like that before?
No.
And do you have trouble losing the erection once it goes? And then once you get that pain, does it stay up or does it go away?
It sort of. I'm on the phone. Fuck. All right. So sorry, people just walked in on me getting the conversation.
Fair enough.
Where was I? It doesn't like go down. It takes like time. I guess it takes as much time as it normally would. It doesn't
Normal.
like
So it's sort of normal.
shoot up and stay up.
What medicines are you
Yeah.
What medications are you taking?
Estrogen, basically. So estradiol,
And that's it.
progesterone, spironolactone, the basics, I guess.
So those three and no other medicines at all.
Oh, I'm also taking like Wellbutrin and Lamictal.
Okay, I think this may have
And
more.
Seroquel.
I think this may have more to do with those two than the hormonal therapies, or some relationship between the psychotropic medicines and these hormones. But I'm not now. I'm no expert in this in terms of symptomatology that some transgender women get when they're taking the hormones initially. But I don't see where that would cause much of this kind of symptoms, while I've seen lots of funny symptoms from Lamictal and Wellbutrin. So I think the first person to call is the psychiatrist and just report it.
Okay.
Okay.
I know
I've
a
also
thing or
heard of,
two
like,
about
atrophy
penises.
happening.
What could be happening?
Atrophy, maybe?
Yeah, testicular.
Like misuse, 'cause I don't use it almost at all.
Yeah, I understand. And the atrophy is in the testicles, but why would you get a painful erection? That's kind of a specific thing. It's kind of an unusual and specific thing. So again, I've seen that kind of thing from psychotropic medicine, so that's why I'm worried about that. I'm not saying it's necessarily that. I'm
And I
just
do
kind
know
of worried
they
about
mix.
that.
They do mix like my estrogen levels because of the psychotropics I'm on are really high,
Ah, interesting.
so they do interact somehow.
Interesting. It's really interesting. I'm sorry that I don't have a great deal of experience with this or a way to sort of help you with it, except to say, having worked in a psych hospital for many years, I saw lots of sexual side effects from all kinds of medication. So it may be, again, this is why we have psychiatrists that are carefully trained in this stuff, so they maybe heard of this particular problem while you're also on hormonal medication.
This is neither here nor there, but I'm curious, does it hurt more the more turned on you are?
Yeah, I'd say yeah.
Yeah. I think that's just dicks though sometimes, right? Too.
Yeah,
Like-
but she's having this every time.
Yeah.
And
Every time.
and it's not priapism. See, priapism is an erection that's painful. This is development
That's
of
a
an
meth
erection.
thing.
I see.
It's developing the erection causes pain,
I see.
and then it goes away. It doesn't stay up. The priapism stays up. What's that?
Isn't priapism caused by meth? That's what the 4 strokes guy was about.
It can be caused by lots of things. Priapism, try it out. Priapism can be caused by just about any medication you can think of. Priapism can even be caused by Benadryl. So, but this isn't really that. So it's something you've got to call a psychiatrist about, at least report. So sorry, I don't have a more definitive answer for Michelle. Let's take a little break so I can tell you about our sponsor, Keeps. Hey, check this out. 2 out of 3 men at some point will experience male pattern baldness. By the time they're 35, that's 2 out of 3. Now, used to be you'd have people like me treating in the office. I've treated a lot of it. And the best time, by the way, is before you lose all your hair. When you still have hair, we can really do something about it. But you don't have to go to the doctor's office anymore. You can do it from home thanks to Keeps. You can visit a doctor online, get the hair loss medication delivered right to your home. They make it easy. They deliver it every 3 months. No more pharmacy checkout lines and no more doctor's offices. And it's got generic versions of the only 2 FDA-approved hair loss products out there. You may have tried them before, but not for this price. And of course, prevention is the key. Keeps treatment can take up to 4 or 6 months, even more sometimes. So it's important to act fast. Don't wait till your hair is lost. You want to keep the hair. The sooner you start using Keeps, the more hair you will save. Find out why Keeps has more 5-star reviews than any of its competitors, and nearly 100,000 men trust Keeps for their hair loss prevention treatment. Keeps treatments start at just $10 a month. Plus, for a limited time, you can get your first month for free. That's it. Again, if you're ready to take action and prevent hair loss, go to Keeps, Keeps, Keeps.com/Dr. Drew to receive your first month of treatment for free. That is Keeps.com/Dr. Drew. One more time, Keeps.com/DRDREW. Do it now. And now let's get back to the show. Let's get to some, speaking of transgender, I've got a transracial guy.
Ooh, those are my favorite.
Yeah, this is interesting. So let's go to a little clip here.
Do you carry transracial people with the same credence as you would a transgender person? Meaning,
what does that mean?
Take them as seriously in terms of their convictions?
Oh, let's hear. You mean
Let
like,
me ask you ignorant ass people something real quick. Have you ever been at knife point, had a knife to your throat, to your chest? Have you been at gun point, had a gun to your face? Have you had 10 people jump you, grabbing you by your hands and legs, lifting you up and dragging you behind a building to beat the shit out of you because of the color of your skin? Have you ever had rebel flags thrown in your face? Being called a nigger lover. Rednecks saying that the South's gonna rise again, they gonna hang you with your coons. Saying they gonna slave you with your monkeys. Have you ever done something about all the fucking racism going on?
well, I like this guy.
Yeah, I mean,
I know. I like you're talking about what's her name? That was
Rachel Dolezal.
Rachel Dolezal. I had concerns about her.
Yeah.
This guy's a warrior.
Well, yeah, he is.
He has a purpose.
By the way, his circumstances, hypothetical that he's throwing out, have you ever? Very specific, if you didn't notice. I don't know that many people.
So in other words, let's break this down. So you're saying the have you ever calls the whole veracity of this into question.
Yeah.
However, because it's so specific, it makes you wonder if he's been through this.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I bet you have. You know what I mean? But at the same time, has he? Because look at him. You know what I mean? Like I think he's
he didn't suffer any facial wounds. If
right.
Indeed
He's
that happened.
secondhand repeating circumstances that maybe a collection of people he knows have had happen to them. You know?
Right. So
is he really transracial, by the way, or is he just appropriating culture?
No, he is transracial because that's going to come up in a little bit later.
You picked up a gun in your hand and went out there trying to serve justice, trying to free our people. Have you ever been harassed by the KKK? You personally.
Now I'm starting to worry that he's making fun of people.
No, so now I want to show you some really cool
if
tattoos.
If anybody has a problem with me, put me out of my goddamn misery. So shut the fuck up when you talk about me. You don't know what the fuck I done been through. Black power to the motherfucking day I die. And you best believe, the goddamn whites.
Now, what do you think a black guy hates more, the KKK or this guy?
Right.
Which one do you think they'd rather fuck up? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. This guy, I think he kind of screwed himself because now everybody hates him.
Yeah, right? Like, everyone's like, what are you doing? But then at the same time, you're like, maybe this guy's just super progressive. He's like, hey, I want to...
He's a warrior.
He's bringing eyes to some issues that do need some attention, I think.
I agree with you. However... If I were advising him, I'm not sure this is the way I'd suggest you go about it.
Well, don't worry. He changes his game plan real quick. Tell me if you would approve of this audible that he pulls.
No.
I just remembered another thing. This town was so segregated.
Is he wearing makeup?
Well, that's at least he's adding to the verisimilitude of everything.
He's wearing blackface.
Yes, now he's in blackface. Yeah, he's taking it full.
So something's wrong with this guy.
Full blackface here.
I moved here as a kid. I was telling the people like, yo, I like black girls. You know what I'm saying? And people didn't believe that I, was really down with the brown when it came to the girls that are around with the behind. You know what I'm saying? That sounds stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, what's wrong?
So I
buddy?
went from like, okay, to hating him.
Yeah, but at the same time, now I feel worse for him that he went into blackface, because now it's like, how does he go around? Do people are like,
No, I think
what's
he
up with your skin tone, dude? He's like, I went to the Bahamas, bro. Like,
or
what
does he
say?
think he's like, he's engaged in theater or something? Like he's trying to make a point?
I don't think this is art.
Ugh.
But
Is there more?
Down with the brown one.
Is
No,
there more?
But yo,
Uh-oh.
they was like, oh yeah? What color are black girls' nipples? What color is a black girl's pussy lips? What color is a black girl's vagina? Like asking me all these questions, like I don't know, like just because a black girl is a different complexion than white girls, like they're gonna have a different fucking color, like having green nipples and purple vaginas.
I'm not sure what flag that is in the background, but I'm going to assume African of some sort.
Yeah.
He had to do that, make sure
Yes.
that was back there.
Right.
Not sure what country of origin. I'm not sure if you asked him, he'd know either, by the way, which country
You know
that's
what I'm
from.
saying? It's like so crazy. I just thought about that for a second.
So I'm
like,
confused. I'm truly confused.
Which part has you confused exactly? I think it's all
whether
pretty
or-
cut and dry, frankly.
Whether or not I should hate this guy or completely hate this guy.
I see.
So I'm not quite sure.
You don't just feel like he's just so lost? You think this is just like in his head he knows what he's doing right now?
If
You
this
think
is really something he thinks he's doing on the legitimate, like it's not some sort of ironic theater
because there are people like that.
like this.
I mean, yeah, like that. I mean, that, you know who's getting dragged right now for
Ugh.
not being white or whatever enough or whatever is that woman who was the Cash Me Outside girl, Bad Baby.
Yeah, I kind of
You know who I'm
remember.
talking
Yeah,
about
yeah,
from
yeah.
Dr. Phil?
Dr. Phil show, yeah.
Cash Me Outside. She's like a rapper now,
Uh-huh.
and people are accusing her of doing this type of thing because she's like tanning up and like doing the nails and the hair and everything, appropriating culture. they're saying. So she's getting dragged for this exact type of thing and talking that type of way, and think they're like, "You're white. What are you doing?" You know, like dragging her right now for that. But
Well,
I mean, it's like a psychological thing. I feel like.
on his part.
On all their parts, right? Rachel Dolezal, that documentary made me just think she was a really sad, mentally ill person.
Well, that's what I thought about her from the beginning.
Yeah,
yeah. But this seems it could be that.
Right.
This could be that. And if that's it, then I'm fine.
Okay.
Then I'm cool, because that's just somebody who's deeply confused and
Yeah.
troubled and isn't perceiving things normally. But if he thinks he's making a statement that's appropriate, no. If he thinks he's funny, no.
Well, that part's ridiculous. If that's a bit and this is a character, then
Yeah.
he fucking sucks. Yeah.
Exactly.
But
so,
if
so
it's,
no matter
uh,
what, I hate him.
But your first scenario.
First
there-
thing I was like, all right, okay, all right. He's a little warrior, taking it a little too far, but all right. Now I'm just like,
Right.
all right, next. What else we got? How about Puma as a pet? Is this something out of Tiger King?
It's very Tiger King-esque. I know that. Like, it's a man who. This is a pet that he decided to have a cat, but not like your typical calico.
It's a 200-pound cougar.
That could kill him right now.
Just
In a second.
Just fooling around.
Just eat his neck.
Oh my God.
Of course, he's Russian.
And of course, he's kissing the cat in the face, who could have just pull his neck out.
I'm not an animal expert, but can you domesticate an animal like that where it won't kill you at some point?
Obviously, you can domesticate it, but they could do stuff accidentally. Like he just did there, almost took the house apart.
Yeah. Also, like, at what level of hungry does that get where it doesn't just like whine, it eats you?
Yeah. Well,
You know?
just like moderately hungry.
And it
because
put-
that's what he usually eats.
And I've seen Jurassic Park enough to know that hunters need to hunt.
Oh, he likes his daddy. They go for a walk. Had to be a Russian.
Could you imagine you're out at night, you're going for your fucking quarantine walk, and then a guy walks by with a fucking cougar? Like,
Well,
"What's
how
up?"
about if your dog is small?
Yeah, you're fucked.
Your dog is just gone.
Forget your dog. What if you're walking with your kid?
But this is all right. It's a baby.
Yeah.
So this is back to the Tiger King stuff. These animals were not meant to live in people's houses. People get some sort of weird rush out of the big cats. And it's weird.
I don't like
understand
any
it.
snakes, anything, reptiles, any pet that's not a dog or a cat. It's like, get the fuck out of my face. Even a fish, you're like, what's that for?
Yeah, there's stuff that belongs in a symbiotic relationship with humans. They're bred for it, so to
Yeah.
speak. They're things that belong in the wild. All right, take another call.
You know what else is a weird pet? Birds.
Yeah, birds are a little weird too. And
Birds
they live for
fucking-
like 100 years too.
Yeah,
so
bird's a weird choice. You
Yeah.
know, it's a
I
real.
remember I
investment.
went through a phase when I was like a teenager where I thought it'd be cool to have a bird.
Yeah.
And I think that's about the level of development that bird owners have.
If I had a bird in my situation right now with my mess, oh my god,
Although oh my god.
the bird mess.
Oh,
The
it would
cage with the
be
paper?
stacked up like sand, like
It would be bad.
a sandcastle.
It'd smell terrible.
But there are bird people that are just committed to birds above everything else, like Heidi Fleiss and stuff. That is,
Really?
she has wild birds that fly around. She has these huge encampments for them.
Jesus.
Yeah, yeah.
Robert Paul Champagne has birds.
That's right. I got to see them.
Yes,
There
indeed.
was a bit of a. You never build sandcastles where you take the sand, you just run it through your hands.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
just- yeah. That's what piles up outside the bird cages.
Okay.
And stacks of seeds that they spit out. Yeah, it's nice.
Glad I don't have a bird.
No,
I am
your
like
room.
a bird right now.
You don't. You'd never be able to wear your glasses in your bedroom again. So, hold on. I did not mean this. Hold on. I meant this. We've got someone who claims Sam, who claims he can help. Has a solution that might help old Joshy here. Go ahead, there, Sam.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
What's up?
So, well, first up top, Drew, I've been listening to your show since like 6th grade, and it's helped me a lot with like navigating sex and relationships
Cool.
and how I approached it in my adolescence.
Cool.
But I never really started having sex until I was 20,
Uh-huh.
and I just couldn't come at all.
I have another
and I
expert sitting
thought,
across the table
oh,
from me
maybe-
here. Strange enough.
Yes, keep going.
And so, yeah, and it happened with multiple partners. They were all just hookups, and it would just be like, we'd go, and then I'd start faking orgasms, and I'm like, oh, is my dick like TikTok or something like that?
Now tell me real quick.
then-
Stop for a second.
This past
Hold
year-
on.
Real
hold on.
quick. When you fake orgasms, because I've
Yeah.
done that before too.
Yeah.
Are you real theatrical about it? Do you make a noise, a face?
Oh,
What's your
big time.
strategy?
Like jump off the bed and rip off the condom, running away kind of thing.
Oh, that kind of like you really like. Oh my god, I didn't even mean to. That's smart. Okay, that's good. I like that. That's a good note.
Yeah, no, I really played it up. Made it seem
Show
I know how,
show embarrassment.
Yeah, just
it
go. Oh
affects
no.
them.
Exactly. Great.
Yeah.
Great. Oh, you.
and there's evidence.
You made
in
me come
that
so
bag.
hard. This is crazy.
So I thought we were going to solve Josh's delay problem, not teach him
No, I mean
techniques to manage it.
We were just
Past
commiserating
year.
in our techniques.
All
so-
right. Okay. So
Yeah. So over the past year, I've been in a really serious relationship,
Mm-hmm.
and the problem persisted with my girlfriend and I, and like it would get, pretty like devastating for both of us. She'd feel like really insecure. I'd feel like what's wrong with me and stuff.
okay.
And then we started to just play through it. So and like get a round 2 going.
Okay.
And with round 2, I would find I would be able to finish. Now,
And-
Josh, have you ever tried to hold on to that nut and go for a round 2?
Oh
Now that you're
yes,
all filled
friend.
up and worked up to see if it'll go over.
Here's the difference in my experimentations than yours. I have not done it in a committed relationship yet. That I think is the underlying factor because I've had some dirty dogs who are like, let's just go till this thing pops. And, we can go for 6 rounds. And by that point, I'm not even like hard anymore. And then it gets just sad. And they're just like, I'm just like, I don't want to do this anymore. You know what I mean? So I think I just need to be like attached to a person mentally.
But Sam, your point is well taken. Normally,
Yeah.
when people have this kind of problem, it's about working it out with a partner,
Right.
figuring out what works for the two of you, given your biology. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Comfortability, not only
Yeah.
physically, but mentally as well.
Yeah, you're not worried about it. You
emotionally.
just deal with it. It's just a thing. You just deal with it. This I've got to speak to Colton here. We got some issues. Hold on, Colton, go ahead.
Hey guys,
Hey,
so I have a friend who works as a scribe in an emergency room, and he always has some interesting stories that he tells us. One time he said that a guy came in with a testicle that had swollen to the size of a cantaloupe. I think he said it was some sort of fluid buildup.
Uh-huh.
So after he told us that, we began discussing at what point should you be concerned about this. Like, maybe there's some even growth and over a slow period of time.
No.
So like,
anything
maybe you don't notice it right away.
Yeah, you can get either he had a hernia that went all the way down to his testicles, and you can have giant hernias in the testicle, or he had a cystocele or a spermatocele, which is a cyst, and they can get pretty big too. Anything that is not the usual smooth contour of the egg, feels like an egg, should feel like an egg, should be smooth like an egg, except for the epididymis sitting on top. Any irregularities on the surface, and especially anything hard, should be evaluated by a doctor. So it's not just the size; it's also kind of, is it hard or is it squishy?
This guy was looking for like a scale. He's like, when you get to a baseball, that's when you know you're fucked.
I know. It's like there's no specific amount. I mean, even like, let's say anything the size of your thumb, I would definitely be looking into it. So do we have some voice messages hidden in there somewhere, Nadav?
Yeah, we have some that actually pertain to Potter that maybe he could win.
Okay, let's do this.
Hey, my name is Liam. I am just reaching out to you guys. I am a level L1 paraplegic.
Ooh.
I have been listening to your podcast for an absolute unbelievable amount of time. I'm going through something that you guys have been talking about, but I've been lucky enough to have function of my sexual life to a certain extent, but sometimes me and my girlfriend, it's a little bit difficult for us to finish kind of the same sort of deal that Josh Potter has. And I'm wondering what can I possibly say to my girlfriend to make this a little bit easier? I mean, it's hard for me. I'm 23 years old. She's 22. It's very difficult for me to understand exactly the best way to explain to her what's going on with me.
Okay.
She's absolute able-bodied. It's very difficult. But anyways, if you can get back to me on this, I'd really appreciate it.
I tell you what you tell her. I'm fucking paralyzed.
Fucking L1 paraplegic.
I wish I had an excuse like that. I mean, that would be easy. We just chalk it up right there. I'm fucking paralyzed.
It's bizarre that your girlfriend would have to be reassured.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, the fact that you have decent sexual functioning is
that's a plus right there.
There
Holy
you go.
shit.
Good for you, man.
That's what you should say to her. Be like, you lucky this thing gets hard, lady.
I mean, many guys with paraplegia have to get things inserted in so they can get hard and things. And
they do have that?
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh, they have little penile devices?
You ever see Born on the 4th of July? Willem Dafoe's always like, as long as you got this, and he like sticks out his tongue. He's like, you don't need this.
Yeah. Except it's nice to have this.
Yeah, of course.
So most men, there's lots of reasons men can get severe erectile dysfunction to the point where medications don't work, nothing works, and there are devices that go in, and they put these little pumps in the testicle, and you pump, the thing comes right up. Guys are very happy with that. So if it is an erection problem, that is something that can be solved many, many different ways: medicines, injectables, and implants. But if it's that you're not ejaculating, that is your area of expertise.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm him, I'm just like, listen, I'm fucking paralyzed, lady. Like, get over it.
But I mean, you reassure her it's not about her. It's
no,
your biology.
Yeah,
and we'll work it out. Like you just said, we'll work it out as a couple.
I would just be like, if she's like, why aren't you coming? I'm like, I mean, what? Imagine now, like a woman when she asks me that, I don't have that. I can't be like, I'm
no,
you
you
know
just
what
wish
I'm saying?
you did.
I just got to be like, I don't wish I did.
Yeah, you could. Well, now you can at least say, I think about my room and I can't function.
Maybe that is part of
it. More voicemail. Let's go.
Hi, my name's Tina, and I was just wondering if you have sex with somebody who's on meth, will you, like, affected by it, like get high or something? I think I did. All right, bye.
Well, turns out amphetamine is about 7 times concentrated in semen relative to blood.
Wow. Fuck you, Nadav. He was laughing about that earlier. He was like, oh, that's such a dumb question.
So you could absorb some through the vaginal wall and stuff. There's a bit of, and I've heard of patients talking about that too. Sometimes they'll say opiates do that too.
That'd be a fun way to do meth.
Or to save a little couple bucks.
Do you think you could get addicted to it accidentally through just
you'd have to produce a lot of semen many
like
times
where you
a day.
wouldn't know it, like a woman fucks a meth head a lot to the point where she then becomes a addict or
No,
something?
I would say that I would feel reasonably confident to say that doesn't happen.
Okay.
However, people have worried about relapse in situations like that.
It could be something to strive towards too.
That
Like
could be something to look for.
ingest enough semen to become addicted to meth.
Is there more voice message?
Yeah, we got another one for you
Okay.
here. This is going back to the hoarding stuff.
Good.
Ooh.
Good.
Yes, sir. My name is Max, and I was just wondering what you can tell me about hoarders. My mom's been a hoarder for about 20 years now. I'm 27, and she's not progressing in any way, still taking no responsibility for herself. I mean, enough's enough. What do you do about it?
Yeah.
All right, man. Love the show. Thank you.
Yeah, man, it's really a tough problem. I would first try to get psychiatric care for her, try to take her in and get her evaluated and see what's going on. Then you have to find a way to take control. She will not do this herself. I mean, you've seen the hoarding TV shows.
Yeah.
What's the guy's name?
Matt Paxton.
Matt Paxton. I got to interview him a couple times.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
He is a great guy, and he wrote a book about it. I forget what it's called, but you can go read that book.
8 Ways to Declutter or something like that.
And he wrote a couple books, I think. So check out Matt Paxton's work. He also has an organization that will come in, pull the person out, and do what's got to be done.
Yeah. I need him to come hang out at my house.
Yeah, maybe we got to get Nadav.
I used to communicate with him. Maybe I can get a hold of him. But
Nadav.
where
Matt Paxton.
Yeah, we could connect these two. I'm down.
He's a great guy.
We need him fucking airlifted to Josh's apartment.
For real. But here's where I differ than the people on the TV show and perhaps his mother is I'm not in denial about it. Like if you were to come in, I wouldn't be like, what's the problem?
Yeah,
I'd be like, I know, aren't I such a shithead? You know what I mean? Like I'm aware.
But if you had your glasses on and they started pulling those hair bunnies out, you wouldn't be like, not that one, not that one.
No. I would not be. I would be like, please get rid of all of it.
Okay.
I would be so thankful to come in to see a clean room. In fact, I would also be. I feel like I would be embarrassed once it was cleaned and to see like the difference.
How about somebody getting a dresser and unpacking your suitcase?
I mean, that could be. I mean, I have a small dresser I put things in, but like I fear that I won't even like. I'm like a coy dog. Like if I had the dresser there, I wouldn't use it. I would forget that I.
What if somebody set it up though? Somebody set it up for you.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Right.
I don't know.
I
don't know. I've never.
Get Marie Kondo to come
as
by.
an adult.
Be Marie Kondo extreme.
But I'm not like I don't have things to throw away.
Edition.
Marie Kondo would be like, I don't know what to do here because you just have 2 suitcases.
She would definitely say, I don't know what to do here.
Yeah.
All right, we had another a clip too. I want to see those autistic twins.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I want to see that.
All right, coming right up.
Flo and Kay are the world's only female autistic savant twins.
Genius, smart, and intelligent.
Give them a date, and they will instantly compute the day of the week.
November 30th, 1938.
Oh, yeah, Wednesday.
Oof.
Pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Flo and Kay can name the artist of any song from the 60s, 70s, or 80s.
Hold Me Tight.
Johnny Nash.
Lady Willpower.
The Union Gap.
A Place in the Sun.
Diana Ross.
The one's faster. That's the other one's kind of slouching. I bet she's not even really a savant. She just knows how to say the thing after her sister.
Like echolalia. Yeah. but it's weird that they look up and to the left a little bit when they're thinking. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
You got more?
Yeah, this last clip, which is what ties it all together for us.
I bet the one's
in some ways, they are retarded, and in some ways, they're geniuses.
I was going to say that, actually. I was like, at what point do you become so smart that you are actually not smart? Do you know what I mean?
It's the delay stuff is usually in the area of social functioning, right? And so social emotional functioning can be off, but intellectual functioning, math and collecting and details, naming.
Yeah, it's like Rain Man.
Yeah.
He can name how many toothpicks you drop on the ground, but the guy can't like fucking
hold a job.
Yeah, rent a hotel room.
That's right. It's different. It's a different part of the brain.
Yeah.
Voice message?
Hold on, sorry, I'm switching back and forth real
Sorry.
quick. But here we go.
Hey, mommies, this is Alex from Boulder. Dr. Drew, I was just wondering, why does my face get hairier than my butthole? All right, man. Thank you very much.
Yeah, why does that happen?
Is that you?
I don't know that my face is hairier than my butthole, but I know that my entire body is hairier than the only place that hair is acceptable, which is the top of my head. So what the fuck's that about?
Yeah, I don't know what God was thinking.
I mean, look at me. I have more hair on my shoulders than my fucking top of my head right now.
It's maybe that's high testosterone.
Well, cool.
Yeah.
That's right.
I don't know why it's causing delayed ejaculation though.
Nope. I don't either.
Doesn't fit. But more on his face than his butthole.
Yeah. I guess that's a blessing. I mean, why do you want more hair on your butthole than your face?
Right.
You know? Like this guy I think he's looking at it all wrong, and that it's a blessing to have more hair on your face than your butthole because you don't shit out of your face.
No, I noticed that. You don't do that.
Mhm.
I'm just wondering what motivated the question.
I think he's just wondering why there's varying hair on your body. Do you know what I mean? Like why body hair can grow in one place more abundantly than it would
It's
in
weird
another.
how some people have some people just from the waist down look like an animal.
Yeah,
some
it's
people,
wild.
Yeah, it can be all over the place.
I have my ankles, like my legs are hairy, but it's at my ankles, like right at my sock line. It just stops.
Weird.
It's crazy. I can show you.
Show me. Did it? You just wear it off? Sometimes the socks. You don't have much hair on your calf either. You have more hair on your arm than your calf.
Right? Can you see this on
That's
the camera?
Yeah, it's a good look.
Yep.
Okay, good. See?
And sometimes the sock just
weird.
rubs. The sock itself rubs off.
My
the hair
foot's
there.
not hairy at all. In fact, it's lucrative. It's been helping me on Cameo. Do you do foot porn on Cameo? I know you have Cameo.
What?
Just curious.
I can't. Cameo?
Yeah, I do sex work on Cameo.
Really?
Yeah, I do shoulder hair porn and foot porn. That's my Cameo business.
Okay, wait a minute.
You can pull up a video, cameo.com/Josh_Potter.
You have been withholding from me. What are you talking about?
Well, Cameo, you have it too, right?
Yeah, I don't
they
do porn
pursued
on
you.
it. I didn't know.
Yeah, you know, I do. I say happy birthday and all that, but I also do shoulder hair porn.
And what is that? You're gonna show me that? No.
Pull up one of those. They're up. You can just pull up my Cameo page. There's abundance. You can just
This has
draw
been
from.
such an educational pod today.
Yeah, this has been helping me financially get through the quarantine. Go for that one there at the top left. You can pick any one. They're all pretty the same.
By Rachel.
Oh, hello there, Tyler. How are you? How's your quarantine going? I'm obviously doing mentally well, as you can tell by my Joker hair that's going on at the moment. But I said I'd just keep it going.
Yeah.
This is what I look like now, a robber in an 80s movie. But while the hair is growing back here, it also keeps growing in the place that's going to make your dick grow to levels of which you've never even possibly fathomed. Your dick will get so hard.
Look, let's
you
get
will
to the
have
porn.
To go to the hospital, and I will.
Wait, and that one, just slide it ahead. The one we're just watching.
Yeah, just go like halfway through. You risk getting alone.
There we go.
There you
Oh,
go.
here we go.
There are more than one mountain on this range, if you know what I'm saying. And boy, at the peak, there is foliage. No snow caps on here, baby. It's all smooth. I
Okay.
just put oil in there.
So
got a flake.
So.
Yep, $50 per Cameo.
Oh gosh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
So.
And we've got a lot on deck here. You want to see my queue? I got a lot in here.
What did Rachel? What did she ask you for?
I'll read you like a typical one because I've got like a bunch that I have to do here. So like this one is.
By the way, this you've been withholding from us. This ranks up there with Fed smoke.
Look at it, I have like 9. I have 9 I got to do right now. This is for Alex, a birthday. Let him know that this is his day to get as weird as he wants. From one hairy man to another, I'm sure you can find some words for him on his special day. He's never said no to some light toe play, and I'm sure he'd love an intro
Well,
to
that
your
doesn't
little
ask
piggy.
for
That's a foot one.
Yeah.
So let's see. My friend Trevor is a doctor in New York right now and could use some Josh Potter sex work to keep him going. Can you give him some shoulder hair for Trevor? So I'm helping the people on the front lines, and I feel like I am an essential worker through doing this sex work,
You're
providing
doing God's
joy
work
for people.
You're doing
yeah.
God's work. Has Christina seen this stuff yet?
Oh yeah, she encourages it. Tom and Christina are very aware.
And
we made one for. Do you know who Corey Taylor is? Lead singer of Slipknot.
I know Corey.
His wife bought him one of my sex works for Christmas. So I met him recently, and he told me he enjoyed it.
You've been doing it that long? It was back at Christmas time?
I've been doing this, for about 8 months now. But this has been, the quarantine has really amped it up. People are really craving sex work.
You're a sex worker.
Yeah, I am. I'm a comedian. Well, I'm a sex worker first.
Imagine if you didn't have this.
Comedian second.
Imagine if you didn't have this, sex work.
Oh, no. I mean, I would be spiraling. I mean, I am doing it out of necessity.
So sometimes people like to be grossed out with this material.
Yeah.
Maybe you ought to include a little room porn in there, too.
Sing
porn.
That's how ashamed I am of my room that I don't even include it in my sex work.
You understand? This is all very shame-based work you're engaging. You might as well take it to the...
That's how bad the room is, Drew. That right there. I'm like, pull up my Cameo. Let's watch my shoulder hair porn. And I didn't even care about that one iota. Yes. The bedroom part, I'm like sitting here sweating over telling you about. Give another one a gander there. Just go to the middle part of that.
Why didn't you share this with RPC when you were at his house?
He was my inspiration.
He would have loved
it. Ooh, there's
a
toe.
You wouldn't want to smoke it. You don't want to feather this, brother.
Feather it. Feather the shoulder hair.
Your nose right in there. Breathe it in. Second-hand style. And guess what? He didn't come alone. He brought a friend to the party. This guy over here. Ooh. That is some kush right there, wouldn't you say? Nice
some brown kush.
Some pushing. Your dick through it. You know what I'm getting at? Anywho, buddy.
Forget what I say on these.
Birthday.
Anyway, happy birthday. But happy 23rd.
No.
Yeah, happy anniversary, whatever they got in there. So you see, in Cameo, by the way,
choking.
Cameo, by the way,
resuscitating a dog.
You would think Cameo you would think Cameo would be against this.
Oh, they're
all about it. Yeah, they fucking love it. I've been encouraged by them.
So I got a million questions.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, any ladies like this kind of porn?
I mean, this is not. Okay, we're gonna be truthful and like take the cloak off the joke. None of these are ever for jerking off purposes. They're all like trolling their brother,
as far as you know.
My girlfriend, they want to gross their girlfriend out on their birthday.
Okay, so they do
like
send them to girls.
Yeah, I've got girls in here right now. There's girls that are requesting and sending, like not for themselves. Like this one is for Brooke. We're both fans of you and your mom's house. Can you please send her a Hey Julia message and wish her happy birthday and tell her she's the only woman who can make you come, piss on me, beat me, show me some shoulder hair, blah, blah, blah.
Wait, I'm confused. Now I'm getting confused.
Yeah.
Brooke? It's for Brooke or for Julia?
It's for Brooke from Jesse.
Who's Julia?
Julia is the guy. Remember Good Morning Julia, the video? It's a YMH meme. Remember the Good Morning Julia? You're my light,
that guy.
my darling. So they just reference jokes.
I see. I forgot about that guy. Yeah.
This one's for Sophie. Hey, it's my girlfriend's 24th birthday. She would love it if you wished her happy birthday. I also don't have shoulder hair like the great cockroach, so I'm sure she wants to see that. This one's for Julie. Julie has a very hairy husband, and she also is very big on feet. Give her your best.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. I'm trying to do my best out here in these streets with no comedy. I got to do something.
You're doing God's work. We've got to get the comedy back. I don't know where you're going. I don't know what's coming next. But you've been doing this since Christmas, which sort of makes me feel like you've been holding out on me for one thing. and what did RPC say when you shared you a mom?
Oh, I just told him he's my inspiration. I can't possibly compete with the level of which he brings his content to.
And what did he say?
I mean, he's honored. He's doing really well, by the way, in the coronavirus. I've checked in on people have asked and they've been worried, because he's in the epicenter and all that. His
building to me is the model for how this thing was transmitted in New York.
Well,
right?
Thankfully,
he's
in his own. He invented social distancing, really, if you think about it.
Yes, he did.
Home here now is something that we've all adopted. We are all home here now, so we can thank him.
Thank you, Robert.
Look to him as a beacon and an inspiration in order to conduct your social distancing. But he is in good spirits.
And he keeps and he invented the whole Zoom video exchange.
He sure did. We're all turning a little into RPC in this quarantine, aren't we? Me with my mess, also. So
it is that really that's been the theme of this whole show, that that we've become closer to and more like RPC.
That is very true.
And so hats off.
How different are we really?
Hats off off to our inspiration. Well, I didn't know how close you were, but I found out tonight. And congratulations to you and to Robert for being the inspiration for so many of us, especially you, sir.
Thank you.
And I think that'll about do it. Anything else you want to...
Can I plug my Twitch channel? I'm on twitch.tv/Josh_Potter. There's no sex work that happens on Twitch. We keep
Why?
the separate because Twitch is for families. And it's
That was a gamer
We have
site.
to keep... Well, it is gamer site, but the children could be watching it.
Young people.
And we have to keep the sex work separate. It's not free. You don't give away the farm, you know, or the cow or whatever with the milk. You have to go on Cameo to get the sex work. Cameo.com/Josh_Potter also.
I have no words, but I thank you for joining me.
No problem. Maybe you up your Cameo game now too.
I don't have the talent, the necessary attributions that you do, but it does inspire, I gotta say.
Cool,
so I'll see what I can do. Thank you all. We'll see you next time. All conversations and information exchanged during participation of the Dr. Drew After Dark podcast or interaction on the drdrew.com website is intended for educational and entertainment purposes only. Do not confuse this with treatment or physician medical advice or direction per se. You must always follow your medical professional's advice and direction. Nothing on these podcasts or posted on this site supplements or supersedes the relationship and direction of your medical caretakers. Please understand, I am not playing the role of physician in this environment per se. I'm educating. I am a licensed physician with specialty boards in American Board of Internal Medicine and American Board of Addiction Medicine.